Hey, I'm Jade Theophanes. I'm a Christian and an indie fantasy author writing her debut, and I love to talk about books, specifically historical fiction, fantasy, and classics. Today, I wanted to share my July TBR as a slow reader, and all of these books are written by indie fantasy authors that are also Christian. Most of them, it's their debut, which is super exciting. If you've been looking for fiction that is exciting but doesn't ask you to compromise on your morals, you're in the right place. I'm so excited to hype up these authors, so let's get started. All of these are ARC reads, so I don't have them physically, but I have them on my Kindle. So I'm just going to pop up the images of the books just beside me here. The first one I want to talk about is The Suspect by Audrey Lane. This is not her debut, but it's the second book in her debut series. This is the only book in the list that is not an ARC read. I finished the first book back at the beginning of June, and I'm such a slow reader while I'm writing that I just still haven't finished it. I think I'm about a third of the way through, but I intend to read a lot more this month, so I'm going to finish that and then move on to the next book. Let me read you the suspect's blurb. 2 years after leaving the magical world, Evie Winters finally finds herself in a position to discover the truth about her parents' deaths. But when her investigation attracts attention from the highly corrupted knighthood, it's apparent that her own life is not the only one at risk. Caught in the midst of a violent conspiracy, Evie and her comrades fight not only for the truth, but for survival as mounting threats draw closer and clarity becomes murkier. Deception and paranoia at every corner, security becomes impossible, and stakes have never been higher. I absolutely love Audrey Lane's writing. I can't recommend The Knighthood enough, and I've been loving The Suspect, though I've been going through it slowly. The next book is called The Nameless of Gina Valley by Krista Eno. This is the first ARC read that I'm going to do for July, and it's the first book that comes out in August. If the description I'm about to read interests you, definitely check out The Nameless of Gina Valley by Krista Eno on August 7th of 2026. The Nameless of Gina Valley is a YA fantasy coming-of-age story, the first book in the Keepers of Talonmaya series, filled with nature and artisan magic, prophecies, hidden identities, a sentient forest, and an endearing band of misfits. If you love fairy tale retellings, underdog heroes, whimsical settings, this enchanting story will sweep you into another world. In 3 days, she will turn 15. In 3 days, she will be nameless. On the edge of the wasteland, gifted land workers sing the 12 songs of Talamea, harnessing the magic of earth and sky to tame the rebellious land. But for giftless, stuttering Narana Kesseret, the songs remind her that she doesn't belong. When Narana's father is promoted, the Kesserets are faced with the predicament of presenting their nameless daughter to guild society. But before their move, a mysterious woman saves their district, and Narana mistakenly receives the credit, gaining a gift naming in the process. All at once, her prospects change: apprenticeships, guild parties, encounters with royalty, and new friends. To keep her family safe, Narana blends in, hoping she will become the gifted daughter her parents deserve. But when her apprenticeship proves too difficult for giftless hands, and threats spread throughout the kingdom, Narana must claim her identity between two worlds. Speaking will ruin her family, but staying silent could destroy the kingdom. And the songs? Can one sing with cursed lips? I absolutely love this concept and I cannot wait to read this book. Please, please, please read it with me if that sounded interesting to you and let me know what you think. And I will be sure to let you know what I think. All right, the next book I want to talk about is The Spring Tide by Will Dowling. This author has been extremely supportive of my journey, and I cannot wait to hype him up. I cannot wait to read his book because it is a historical fantasy. I am so, so excited. All right, let me read the blurb for you guys. A monk turned thief finds purpose serving a queen's crusade until his quest for revenge risks the fragile kingdom he's come to call home. Northumbria, 1069. When the Norman conquest leaves his abbey in ruins, Olaf, a novice monk, is reduced to a life of petty crime in Eoforwick. Don't mind me. A robbery gone awry draws Olaf into an uprising led by England's exiled Prince Edgar and his sister Margaret, Scotland's new queen. Margaret's mission to free the English stirs Olaf's faith and his desire for vengeance. But King Malcolm opposes his wife's cause. He strong arms Olaf into spying on Margaret, forcing him to betray his conscience to protect his newfound freedom. Meanwhile, the Normans prepare an invasion to destroy Edgar's rebels, threatening to scour Scotland in the marrow. Facing the destruction of his new home, Olaf must decide where his loyalties truly lie: with the saintly queen he reveres, the merciless king who holds his fate, or the prince who promises the vengeance he craves. This is super cool. It's obviously an epic adventure story, and for any of you craving that, definitely try this book out. It comes out August 11th of 2026. The last book I want to talk about is May They All Come Down by Emily Jackson. This is the one that I am absolutely most excited for. No offense to the other stories, but this one really intrigued me. This author got my attention with a post on Instagram about the way her story is structured. I have been chatting with her, and she has been so supportive of my writing, and I am happy to be supportive of hers. Let me read you her blurb. I hate this town. Tyrwith has never known a morning that wasn't gray. In Eight Escape by the Sea, nothing changes. The tide rolls in and out. The buildings sag a little more each year, and Tyrwith, a bondling tavern girl, passes her days serving customers and daydreaming of a brighter life elsewhere. Above it all looms the abandoned house on the White Cliffs. No one goes there, and no one speaks of it for long. Its watchful, waiting silence echoes the town's whispers: whispers of treasonous gangs, of half angels who walk in others' dreams, of loved ones lost at sea, and child soldiers stolen away for yet another world war. But Eight Escape by the Sea is a forgotten town, and its whispers are fading into the gray skies. When two strangers arrive in Tyrwith's town, asking for little and offering less, something in their presence unsettles the town's careful stillness. It's as if they've stirred what had long been left alone, and Tyrwith discovers the house is no longer content to remain untouched. The house is neither an empty nor dangerous, but the deeper Tyrwith wanders through it, the more the town begins to change in her eyes. The quiet lives now hint at something larger, stranger, and long forgotten. For the first time, Ada's Gate feels like something other than an ending, and Tyrwith must find her place in the unraveling fates around her. Apparently, this story has a very Studio Ghibli vibe, and I am definitely getting that from the description. So if you love Studio Ghibli or Miyazaki's work, definitely check this out. Let me know what you think. All right, that's all for me today. I know that's only 4 books, but I am a slow reader and I'm a writer. So while I'm prioritizing my writing, I am also making time to read. If you want to read any of those books and let me know what you think, definitely DM me on Instagram and we can talk about it. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment down below if you recognized any of these books or if you have any questions. And definitely hit the hype button. It'll help me as a small creator to get a little bit bigger and see more people like you. Again, thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.